Hi there, and welcome to the Freezerworks 2024 Learning Series, your visual guide to our tried and true sample management software. In today's video, we're diving into an exciting new feature designed to make your study management even more flexible and efficient: Agnostic Kits. If you're familiar with how kits are typically tied to specific visits in your study, get ready to learn a game-changing approach that allows you to create and manage kits independently of your visit schedule. By the end of this video, you'll understand how to leverage this model to streamline your workflow and simplify your study management. As always, should you need any more information after this video, don't forget to check out the user's guide. Let's get started with some context though. If you are currently running a study and use generic kits that aren't tied to any specific visit or time point, like a blood kit that's used for almost every visit in your study, then the Agnostic Kit model is the way to go. Instead of creating a kit tailored to each participant's visit, you can now create kits outside of your visit schedule and assign them to visits only when you know which kits are needed. The key difference between the standard visit-specific model and the agnostic model is simple. In the standard model, each visit has its own kit, while in the agnostic model, kits are a separate entity and assigned to visits as needed. That's a fantastic way to save time and headaches, right? So how do we turn it on? Well, when starting a new study or creating a new arm in a study, look for the Use Visit Agnostic Kits checkbox. In studies without arms, the checkbox is here on the main configuration page. And for studies with arms, the checkbox is inside each arm's configuration overlay. This allows you to choose whether to use Agnostic Kits for some arms, but the traditional visit-specific model for others, so it's super flexible. Now that we've activated Agnostic Kits, let's take a look at how to model visits using this new approach. The process is very similar to the standard model, but there are a few key differences. The most important distinction is that in the agnostic model, visits don't expect samples and aliquots directly. Instead, visits expect kits, and those kits contain the samples and aliquots. Lock that in your noggin, and let's run through the process. After clicking Model Visits, you will be provided with an agnostic kit form. Type in your kit name, give it a description if you'd like, and then hit Create. If your study needs multiple kits, simply click Add at the bottom of the form and select New Agnostic Kit. Add as many kits as needed. Once your kits are created, you'll add the expected samples, aliquots, and tests just like you would in the standard model. You'll just be adding them to kits rather than visits. Once all your kits are set up and ready to go, it's time to plan the schedule of visits. You'll still use the Add Visit form like usual, but now instead of linking samples and aliquots to the visit, you'll just check on the agnostic kits that you expect to receive for this visit. And if many of your visits have the exact same expected kits, then take advantage of the Batch Update Agnostic Kits option. With this tool, you can easily assign the same kits to multiple visits at once, which is super efficient. And if you ever want to see what kits are currently assigned to a visit, just highlight the visit in your model and check the details on the right. All right, so we've got our study set up with agnostic kits. How do we create them, print labels to send to collection sites, and pre-generate the sample and aliquot data? Well, if you're familiar with kit creation already, this will be simple. You can create the kits from the study configuration or from the study detail form on both desktop and browser. In fact, on the browser, you don't even have to open the study detail. Just highlight the study on the list view and click the Create Kits button on the left. You also have the option to create agnostic kits that are for specific participants, if that makes sense for your workflow. Just find the desired enrollment on the list view, highlight it, and click Create Kits on the left. The only option you won't have at your disposal is the Visits and Kits by Date Range tool, since the agnostic kits do not have a designated schedule. But that's the freedom that agnostic kits afford you. Finally, what about receiving agnostic kits? Well, it starts with the same field that you use during standard receiving, Freezerworks Visit ID. Every Agnostic Kit that's created gets a Freezerworks visit ID, which you should put on all kit labels, so you just need to scan a barcode to receive them after collection. Once you scan your Agnostic Kit, you'll need to provide the participant study ID that the kit was used for. If you created the kits for specific participants, this step will be handled for you though. All you have left is choosing which visit this kit is for. The dropdown will be filtered to show only those visits that were configured to expect the type of kit that you scanned. Remember when we modeled visits and chose the expected kits? From this point, receiving is just like normal. Check on the samples you got with the kit, the aliquots that you can create, and confirm the ordering of any tests that were modeled. After receipt, you can then look at the visit record to see what was received and what other kits may still be expected. And that'll wrap up our overview of Agnostic Kits. By using this model, you'll have more flexibility during kit management and save a ton of time in the long run. Studies may be complicated, but your Freezerworks doesn't have to be. So for more detailed instructions on this process, be sure to check out our user's guide. Just search for Agnostic Kits and you'll find the relevant info. Of course, that personal touch is always there too if you just give us a call. Our support team is eager to help. Thanks as always for watching, and see you next time.